What up, guys? Today we're working in 2005 F-150. Customer complaints misfire. It's a 2005 Ford F-150. Let's go to engine data. They asked me for the key K20 key. I already put it on. Let's continue. Let's go to the codes menu. You see we have any codes. Let's go to memory codes. Let's hit continue. All the Fords, when they have P1000, that means somebody was there before. Somebody disconnect the battery is what a P1000 means. Somebody disconnect the battery. In all Fords. Let's go back. Let's go to pending codes. No pending codes. Okay, let's go back. Let's do key on, engine off. Or have options for the Ford's key on, engine running. Let's do key off, engine off. Let's do some tests. Let's put continue. We have to wait until the thing is complete. You guys can see the cell test initial one. Okay. Still no codes, only the P1000. That means somebody disconnect the battery. Okay, let me go back. I want to do key on, engine running, cell test. Let me start the engine. I already started the engine. Key on, engine running. Let me do a test. Let's hit continue. Continue. You guys can see the idle change. I don't know, you guys can hear it from my cell phone mic. He's doing some tests, pre-tests. And this kind of work. Alright, pops the P1000, same code, P1184, engine oil temperature, sensor out of range. Okay, we get the power steering pressure. We get the P1703 brake switch out of range. Okay, we get the P1780 TCS out of cell test range. I don't know what the thing means, but it's the brake switch out of range. That thing goes to that brake switch sensor go to the master cylinder. I'm not for sure, but it's the way I think. And power steering pressure, I know where the thing goes. We have a problem in there. We need to check it out. And the engine oil temperature, obvious, the thing goes to the engine block. But nothing of those codes can cause a misfire. We need to go farther, guys. That thing will help me for the misfire. I'm in here. Let me see. That thing can help me the cylinder contribution test. This test is designed to identify cylinder with severe misfire by measuring in the individual contribution at idle and in an iPad less individual. Cylinder value with negative numbers are lower contributions. Okay, Ford say if we have a negative number, minus in a number, that cylinder is the problem. Let me hit continue. And I think I have to do the test at idle. I want you to see cylinder number 3. We have a 3, but no minus. See cylinder number 5. Have 2, but no minus. and so on. Cylinder number 2 and 4 and 6 and 8. But notice, what is the misfire? Cylinder number 1 value data is 25, 26 misfire counters, and it's negative. We need to go to cylinder number 1 and do some tests and figure out what is the problem. It can be spark, can be fuel, can be valves, but in cylinder number 1 is what the problem is, cause of the misfire. And it's nice for the snap-on barrels. The firing order is 137265848. Anyways, you guys can see those numbers. It's a slack at the timing change. That thing is normal, but the thing is not normal. This negative number is what we had the misfire. Let's go check that out. Cylinder number 1. Let me go to guide component test. US domestic is a Ford. Let me see what kind of engine we have. In this year, make and model, they had the 4.2, 4.6, and this truck is the 5.4, 3 valves. And the 4.6 is 2 valves, but this is a 3 valves. Let's see, continue or okay. Let's go to the fuel injection. Let's look for the something with the ignition coils or something like that. Knock, auto fuel, knock sensor, oil pressure sensor throw. Nope. BS, all term, MAF, yet sensor, ECM, cam cylinder. Okay, we have the ignition system. Let's go to hit ignition system. Let's read components information. And it's kind of nice. This is the, if we're facing this to the engine, to the left side is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and to the right head is 5, 6, 7, 8. And the problem is in number 1, firing order. It's in bank 1. And obviously we have the coils over plugs, only 2 wires. This is your positive, this is your driver, your signal. We're gonna put the machine in here and see some the spark to see the ignition coil is the problem or can be something else. Coil unplug, COP, that means coil unplug system is distributorless ignition coil unplug, using ignition coil mounted on top of each spark plug to produce high voltage for each cylinder. Primary windings, great magnetic field, blah 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 blah. I have some options. Key on engine test. I don't like to do that thing. Resistance test. I don't like to do those kind of tests. Always I like to do signature tests. Let's go to the signature test, and we'll show you a nice waveform. This is the magnetic field, and when the magnetic field ends, throw the spark. This is the spark. We have to see something, the signal, something familiar, something like this. If we see something with no spark, something not the same, then obviously we have an issue with the ignition coil. Well, this is cylinder number 1. Let me show you guys. This is cylinder number 1. This is the fuel injector. Give me the fuel injector, but I would like to check spark. Anyways, this is the ignition coil. You guys notice this 2 wires? 1, 2. And I can see this is the, let me try to focus, guys. Hold on. You guys can see the red with the green tracer. I can guarantee you guys this is the power feed. Why? Because look, cylinder number 2. Have the same color. Red with the green tracer. That means it's power. But I need to focus on cylinder number 1. And obviously we're gonna compare with cylinder number 2. Hold on guys, hold on. Let me show you guys how to connect the scope. Let me zoom out. My bad guys. Let's put this to the, this is the ground. Just give me a second guys. Here's the way it's connected. Ground and channel 1, the yellow one. Then the black one, we're gonna put it in body ground, and the yellow one, we're gonna put it in the signal and the ignition coil and do some tests. Had to look something like this, something similar like this. Remember I'll show you guys, this is the feed wire, 12 volts. That thing shares all the ignition coils all over. And I will show you the scanner. We have 12.3 volts, engine off, okay. Then we have power, obvious, to the ignition coil. Now we're gonna go to the control side and show you the test. Now I am in the control side of the ignition coil. Oh yes, the ignition coil have 2 wires. Goes 12 volts in, goes to the windings and come 12 volts out. That means the windings, they're good and they're in contact. You guys can see the 12.3 volts coming out. That means the ignition coil windings, they're good. Now we need to start the truck and see the spark. Now you guys, is the obvious the engine is on. You can see the signal. You can see the spark. Let me pause it and show you guys with the detail. But this is a problem in cylinder number 1. This is the ignition coil, cylinder number 1. You guys can see we have a spark, but we have a higher KIB. And you can see 1, 2, 3 spark. That is normal in this kind of engine because the magnetic field. But as soon, this is an idle. This is an idle. We have 3 signals. In higher RPMs, 2 signals supposed to disappear. But you see, in higher idle, we don't have no spark. We have 3 signals. 2, they have to disappear in this kind of engine. You guys can see the spark. Now record this event. We're supposed to see a magnetic field like this. Hold on guys, hold on. Let me get back. Let me get back to the spark. Hold on. This is in a higher RPMs. We have a spark, but we're missing the isolations for the ignition coil. You guys can figure the picture. This is 12 volts, turns on. Hold on guys, hold on. Let me get you back to the... You guys can see 12 volts on. And when the ignition coils make the magnetic fields go off, charge the ignition coil, and when it go off, this is the spark. In a higher RPMs, this is a bad ignition coil. We're gonna compare it to cylinder number 2 and see the difference. This is the sample. When the ignition coil is charging, and when the throws the spark, you guys can see this is the spark. This is the spark. We don't see nothing like that. This is cylinder number 2. You guys can see that thing is like crap too. In high idle, we don't have no spark. In idle, we get spark. He had to replace all the ignition coils, man. They're not good. Let me show you the ignition coils. They're all messed up. This one I used, this kind of truck I put the timing change, and I'll wear it to the customer. We're gonna have some issues. All pretty much like 3 or 4 ignition coils. They're all messed up. Look. Why? Because heat, vibration, and time. And this is all plastic, you know. Probably the original. I don't know how long to replace them, but he need to get a new set of ignition coils, and not from Amazon. That sucks. You need to get them at least from Napa, good quality, so we can get rid of this engine misfire, and this truck should be back in the road running good. And this is a cylinder number 2. I don't have no time, but I will take this bolt out and take this ignition coil. You will see the crack. You guys see in crack in the connector. We have to replace the ignition coils. Thank you for watching, guys. Catch you next time. Let me zoom in. You guys see? Oh, and pretty much I see like 3 or 4 ignition coils. They're all messed up, and they have to be replaced, guys. That's it. Thank you for watching.